Okay, so for my deck, I decided to honor Naxxramas a little bit. Normally, I run a Death Rattle Warlock deck, but I decided for the challenge to actually go with Hunter. Actually it's the exact same. It's the exact same uh, plan as far as the Warlock deck, but there are some notable differences. Number one are the spells. Feign Death is going to be a major spell in this deck, basically triggering all the death routes early. However, since this is pre-standard, this is the only method I have to do so. So we don't have any of the goblins versus gnomes methods of being able to handle that, even if that set was released now. The rest is essentially damage spells and mainly area effect spells. So explosive shot, cobra shot, multi shot, and just in case I need to get rid of a minion and want to roll the dice, deadly shot. This is the only chance I have of doing this. I considered Hunter's Mark, but yeah, I'm going to go with rolling the dice here. If nothing else, I can pretty much kill one of my minions. So that's probably the only iffy part as far as my spells. I'm running 5 spells, 25 minions. This is going to get me a lot more draw as far as minions, and hopefully this works. This also gives me a chance to really show off Web Spinner. It's really not going to have the synergy that Beast deck would afford, but it is a big. It's one of the big Death Rattle minions that came out of Naxxramas. Of course, Undertaker is the central pinning, and yes, Leper Gnome. Even though we wanted to get this out before the nerfs happened, unfortunately that's not the case. So I am dealing with a nerfed Leper Gnome. And of course, you have the staples of Haunted Creeper, Loot Hoarder for a little bit of card draw, Flesh Eating Ghoul to take advantage of all my Death Rattle minions dying, Hot Harvest Golem, Baron Rivendare, to basically increase the synergy with the Death Rattle minions, some more Death Rattle synergy. Paladin Shredder is the best 4-drop card I can really have here, and of course I'm running 2 of them. Stallig and Fugan, amazing pair, as well as Sludge Belcher. This really need to be in the 5 slot. I went with Paladin Sky Golem over something like Sylvanas Windrunner because I think this is going to be a little bit more reliable in the long run, as well as Savannah High Maiden, because I kind of need one more beast Death Rattle minion in here, and this is the only other one that falls within the rules of the challenge. And of course, we really have Kal'Thuzad, which is going to keep our minions coming back, which is what the whole point of one of my Death Rattle decks is. And Max Junior Thermal Plug, because why not? Let's just summon infinite Leper Gnomes. So, I figure Eddie is going to figure out I'm going to be running some sort of Death Rattle deck. I expect he will prepare for that, and I'm hoping that my deck is still going to be able to cope. Well, let's find out.
Hello everybody, Eddie Phoenix here, and my friend Bulba and I, we're going to be doing a send-off challenge. So for my deck, I decided to bring Paladin to the table. I'm assuming, if anything, and this is me assuming this, that Bulba was thinking I was going to bring Mech Mage to the table. And I'll be honest with you, buddy, I thought about it. I really did. But I decided to not bring that one. Normally, because this deck right here is not the complete makeup that I had for when I took this deck into ranked, and I took it to rank 6. It's missing a few of the cards because of how we set up our challenge. However, with this, the reason I chose to play this deck the way I chose to play it is because of how in the early game there's a lot of control to it, and when we get to the mid to late game you've still got ramping power to be able to sustain. If anything, there's one thing I do need to change, and that's just rather quickly, and I'll change that right now. Instead of having a copy of, or a second copy of the Blessing of Kings, I'm going to put a Lay on Hands into my deck, so that way I've got a bit more healing power and I can draw 3 cards. So, if anything, for me, with how this deck is set up, of course, you can see we've got the big 5 guy in Loatheb. It's going to be sad to see you go, buddy, but hopefully we'll pick up on the other side at some point. The double Sludge Belchers, such a good taunt creature. Dr. 5, or excuse me, Dr. 7, 5, me misspeaking, go me. Dr. 7, it's been real, brother, but you got a busy bounce. And of course, Ragnaros the Fire Lord, because he's a complete and total jerk. And what Paladin deck would be complete without Tyrant Fordring? So, for me, that's all I really have to explain with this deck. You can get pretty much the basics of how it works just by looking at the set list over here. So, let's head in and let's show Bob how this really works. Oh.
Wow. Actually, this is kind of fitting that we're playing on this board.
The level of hate I have for you right now. You cannot imagine it.
I expected you to be playing Mech Mage, good sir. I expected you to be playing Mech Mage.
I knew it! I knew that'd be the one you've been wanting, expected me to be playing! Yes!
Job done.
Because in the thing that, when I was talking about, I'm like, I can bet I know which one he was going to expect me to play. And it's not that one. Yes!
Oh, goody.
Well, I am going Death Rattle. I figured you probably figured that.
Yeah, I can tell which one you're going with at this point.
Did you think I was going to go with Warlock though?
No, I didn't know what exactly you were going to go with. I assumed what you were assuming I was going with.
So you figured that correctly. That I figured you were doing Mech Mage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually surprised I'm not seeing any mechs whatsoever.
I'll give you your beast.
Okay. I'll see if I can use it. Yeah, unfortunately with stuff like that, we are going to be getting stuff from other sets. So that means if we play stuff like that, like for example, I just got something from the Grand Tournament, I can't control that. We'll do our best, but
I wonder.
get in here.
Oh, goody.
Boom. For a second, did you think I was doing Face Hunter?
No, I didn't expect that, but like I said, just the level of salt and hate I have for you is,
Just,
it knows no bounds.
just because of Hunter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's getting shut up real quick.
Of course, it's one of those minions in a Death Rattle deck.
Oh, goody.
Thank you.
Huh.
Job done.
Aww.
Yep.
Shame.
Follow the rules.
Oh, you suck. That's okay. Just buff it up again.
Alright, yeah. I need to get rid of that.
Okay.
Brim went, wait, stop being stupid!
Oh, goody.
Oh, hello there,
Job
Nephilim.
done. Get down!
You created your own version of Secret Paladin, you little sneaky.
No! No!
Okay. Let's see what I get.
Ah, Spoot, really?
Yep.
That Spooty thing?
Yep. Well, at least they decided to keep with the theme.
It did.
Yeah, it did.
However, it's gotta
Reporting
die.
for duty.
Yeah.
Behold the might of Storm!
Get in there. I know, it's the Might of Stormwind.
I know it is the Might of Stormwind, however... Yeah, it's worth it.
Oh.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
I think I needs me fuel clear. Come on, what do you have? Crap!
Say hello to Tyrion Fordring. Hello.
I'll top deck.
Oh, you very much will top deck, sir. However, not before taking 8 to the face.
Crap. That's what I need! Crap. There's no way.
Is it a well played I smell over there, huh?
Well played. I wonder.
Well, I have one shot. One shot.
Ah, you very much do.
Follow the rules.
But I just topped at that sucker.
Yeah, no. Yep. If I would have gone a little bit different way with spells, possibly, or even if I would have stuck with my original Warlock deck. Interesting approach. I expected a pure mech approach, actually.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. This deck is a deck that I'm always bragging about my mid-paladin deck. The only problem is it had different... There was a few other different cards that were in this deck that I had to take out because of how we had our challenge.
If I would have the two cards I thought about changing, and I'm glad I didn't because Stormwind Champion actually did kind of clutch at a certain point. But I did consider changing out Stormwind Champion for Sylvanas Windrunner. I decided against it. I do kind of regret, although it did not have any bearing. I think it's a deadly shot in there. And I probably would have replaced that with a Hunter's Mark.
Ooh,
but
that would have been a good one.
That would have been a good one. It did not come into play though. the last card I was holding in my hand was a, I think it's like a fire shot or whatever. Basically, 5 to 1 damage minion, 2 to the one beside it. It was pretty much between. I was in a bad position at the end, but in general, I think probably it's best to keep Death Rattle and Warlock. But as far as that, I was impressed by the deck. What did you think about the Death Rattle deck, even though it really didn't do as much?
It's an interesting concept, and definitely I know you're going to carry it into Whispers of the Old Gods, so
Yeah. Well,
I'm hoping to see it more so than any Face Hunter deck that I
Yeah.
see anymore, because...
Well, it's also a concept. My Death Rattle deck is, of course, Warlock. For this chance, I wanted to do it for Feign Death. I did not get to use it, but that was my goal.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anything, and then I lost my thought.
Yeah. So, more challenges on the way. We're going to try to space these out a little bit, so it's not going to be every week. But, yep. So, see you guys for Whispers of the Old Gods and some more challenges on the way.
Oh, wait, I remember now what I was going to say. If you had played any secrets at all, I was going to take them, and you'd make them mine, because he's a mystic.
Yeah, I don't have secrets and I don't play them. Yep. Talk to you later. Yep. Talk to you later.